Mr. John Prine has passed away to the coronavirus last week. And it's very, very sad. His wife caught the coronavirus, and she seemed to be fine. And he has fought cancer twice and had parts of his lungs removed, if I recall. And so he was just, uphill battle, and it didn't work out. And he's passed away and left us. But his music, he's a Grammy winner. His music is eternal, His music will live on, and his music will probably outlive most of us. So, what an amazing songwriter. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm the biggest John Prine fan. I just discovered him really in the past year. It was probably the past year. I heard his songs come on like the Penguin radio station, and his songs would come on my Spotify playlists. And I just thought, the songs I heard he sounded older and witty, very witty lyrics, kind of clever, quirky lyrics, and beautiful songs. And, the voice of an older man. And I dug him. I thought it was cool. I've had a friend say that they don't like John Prine because not the biggest John Prine fan because of his voice. I don't mind people with bad singing, quote unquote bad singers. I think they're rad because I am a quote unquote bad singer. And I think it's rad when people just pour their heart and soul out, whether they got a good voice or not. I think it's rad, and I think his voice is fine. I think he has a really good voice. Actually, if you listen to his old stuff, he has a good voice. You get older, and your voice starts cracking, and you can't sing like you used to. So, very, very kind of brilliant songs. So then I go on this John Prine rabbit hole. Just listen to as many John Prine songs as I could. This is before he passed. This is when he got diagnosed. I just go on this. All right, I know a couple of his songs, so I just dug into it. And he is brilliant. He's not just like, quirky, folky singer-songwriter, old guy. He's a Grammy winner. He's brilliant. He's beloved. He was on the Colbert Show, and musicians just love this dude. And I was, there's multiple goosebumps moments during some of his songs. While I was listening, I was just like, wow, power, and that charm that he has in writing and very unique lyrics. And man, that's what music's supposed to do. It's supposed to make you feel something. Whatever it is, feel good, feel sad, feel whatever. You're supposed to feel something while you're listening to music. And John Prine has many, many songs that make you feel something. And in a very powerful way. That's when I go down the weird, trippy, cosmological rabbit hole of like, maybe magic is real. There's a magic in music. There's a power. These sounds, these frequencies, you can hear someone, you can hear it in the song, and you can feel it. The song will make you feel. And there's something like tremendously powerful that is like, I believe, linked to just, it's linked to a fundamental, like, cosmological, like universal truth. There's something about music that is linked to a universal truth, is what I think. And it's all the more true when you get those goosebumps moments while listening to an artist, when it makes you shiver or cry or laugh or cheer. There's a power. Johnny Cash had power. He is a wizard, dude. I'm telling you, it's like a warlock casting. It's like somehow casting this magical spell that is a song, and you get entranced with it and you feel it, and it touches your soul. That there's something there. Why we hear the frequencies we hear. There's for some reason, these specific frequencies make scales, a major scale and a minor scale, and the wavelengths vibrate a certain way, and you have these different intervals of frequencies, and you combine them together and it makes harmony, and there's dissonance, and it all provokes emotion in us for some reason. And I believe it directly it's music. And if you play the major scale here, I think the major scale here is the same across the galaxy. You go across the galaxy, I bet they have their own frequencies and their own scales and their own. They've discovered the universal truth of music, just like math. Mathematics is a universal truth. 2 + 2 is 4. Why is that the case? Well, it's just the law of the universe. It's the law of the universe. It's the truth of the universe, is that we're built on mathematics and physics, and you can show these things and prove these things with math. And I think just as much as math is the truth of the universe, so too is the power of music. And John Prine is very, very powerful in that regard. So, what a musician, and I wish I would have become a fan of his sooner. But my mom asked me to learn a Paradise by John Prine because she grew up in Muhlenberg County, is where she was born, and that's Kentucky, Western Kentucky, and that's what the song's about. It's about Muhlenberg County, Paradise. And so I went and learned that John Prine song before he passed for my mom, and it's a very, very good song. It's a great song. And so rest in peace, Mr. Rest in Paradise, I should say, Mr. John Prine. And thank you so much for all your contributions. And that's it, guys. Sorry to end on such a deep note there. I'm a little nervous about releasing this. I won't lie. I've never done a podcast, and I'm doing it by myself, so I'm kind of ranting here. And it could be awkward, and it could be bad. And I don't know if anybody is going to listen to this. It's like my mom and sister is going to listen to it. But I don't know who's going to be interested or listen. But if you made it this far, thanks for hanging out. I hope it was cool. I want to get some friends on so we can talk. I would love to have Jake Throne on so we can have Jake Throne talk about his album of the week or music video or song or whatever. Just give us a music breakdown, because he's just Jake is a true music connoisseur of alternative music, and he's shown me a lot about punk rock, and I'm sure he's shown a lot of people their favorite bands, and that's what he does, man. He shows you some rad stuff, and it becomes your favorite thing. So he knows a lot about music. He's a big fan of music, and he follows it. And I'd love to have Jake on to talk about. Just educate some people. Just talk to us about what you're listening to, man. Or if anybody else wants to come and hang out and have a talk, and we can do a little podcast. But this is it. This is my millennial skateboarding UFC, martial arts, and what was the other one? Music, podcast, and whatever else in life we feel like talking about. So thanks, guys. I will see you later.